Hello, I want to tell you about this character I just read about. Her name is Yulita Lopez, but everyone calls her Yuli, and she's the main character in the story of My Anger by Jasmine Mendez. Honestly, when I first heard about the title, I thought, okay, this girl is probably just going to be angry all the time. But after reading her story, I realized that her anger actually has a reason behind it. She's not just an angry teenager, she's someone who has been holding in so many things inside for a long time. And that anger comes from feeling ignored, judged, and treated unfairly. So if I were introducing Yuli to you, I would say she's the kind of person who looks strong on the outside, but she's actually carrying a lot of pressure. She's a teenager living in a small town in Texas. She's Black Latin, and she often feels like she doesn't fully belong because she lives in a place where most people around her are part of the white majority. But the thing you would notice about her right away is that she absolutely loves theater. Like, theater is not just a hobby for her, it's basically her whole life. And acting is where she feels like she can finally express herself. Her biggest dream is to become the first black lead actress in a production at her high school. But what I think is interesting about Yuli is that she actually playing different roles in her life. On stage, she can be confident and powerful, but at home, she feels like she has to be the perfect daughter. Her mom has lupus, so Yuli worries that causing stress will make her mom's health worse. Because of that, she tries to stay quiet, responsible, and avoid creating problems. So basically, Yuli has been acting her whole life, not just in theater, but also in her everyday life. But then the problems start to build up. Her drama teacher, Miss Hoofman, refuses to give black students leading roles. Even though Yuli is talented and deserves opportunities, Yuli starts realizing that the reason she is being held back is not because she isn't good enough, but because of racism. At the same time, her favorite teacher, Mr. George, is being targeted by the school board because he teaches books that they consider controversial. But those books are really just about important topics like race, identity, and LGBTQ plus, and like other different experiences. And I think this is where Yuli's anger really comes from. She sees people trying to silence others, and she doesn't know how to deal with it. The thing is, Yuli doesn't immediately become this confident activist. Actually, she struggles with whether she should speak up. She even say things like I'm an actor, not an activist. She worries that if she gets angry or fights back, people will just see her as the stereotype of the angry black girl instead of listening to what she is actually saying. And honestly, I think that makes her feel more realistic because she's not just like a perfect hero. She's a teenager who's trying to figure herself out. And the biggest turning point for her happens because her older brother, Junior, he tells her something that changes the way she sees herself. Art is activism. That's what her brother tells her. And after hearing that, Yuli realized that maybe she doesn't have to choose between being an artist and making a difference. She can use the thing she loves, which is theater, to create a change. So with her friends and with Mr. George supporting them, she creates a group called Act Now, which stands for Activism, Cooperation, Transformation, Now. They start using theater as a way to speak up. They perform in cafeteria, collecting signatures to protect banned books, and speak at school board meetings. She goes from someone who feels powerless to someone who realizes that her voice actually matters. But the reason I like Yuli as a character is because she's not perfect. There's a moment where Lana, a girl who has been bullying her, writes a racial slur on Mr. George's whiteboard. Yuli gets overwhelmed by the anger and ends up hitting her. Because of that, Yuli gets suspended. At first, you might think, why would she do that? But I think this scene is important because it shows that anger is complicated. Even when your feelings are understandable, your actions can still have consequences. Yuli is still learning how to deal with everything she feels. She wants justice, but she's also still a teenager trying to control emotions that are much bigger than she is. So, if I had to introduce Yuli to you in one sentence, I would say Yuli is a good girl who has spent her whole life playing roles for other people, but throughout the story, she learns how to finally become herself. She's not just angry, she's passionate, she's creative, she cares deeply about her community and the people around her. Also, one thing I really like about the book is the way that the author tells a story. It's not written only like a normal novel, it includes poetry, play script, and even text messages, which makes it feel more like we're actually seeing Yuli's thoughts and emotions. So yeah, that's Yuli, and she's the girl who starts with anger, but she learns how to turn that anger into something powerful.